Hello, dear friends. This is Jeannie from Dollhouse Rescue and All Things Miniature. I am going to work on this house tonight. I think I'm going to be able to get it really close to done. Now, this house is in excellent condition. I have not had it very long. I have already washed the all the small walls, all of these small ones. I've already washed off, and I did just a little bit of touch up on the scratches on this wall. Although the house was in very good condition and I've had to do very little in the way of repainting. There's no rust, there's very little in the way of dents, but it's got a couple of really cool features I want to share with you. For one, it's got one of those sweet little staircases that goes in there. Also, it's got an actual door here that opens and shuts, which is not too uncommon, but it's a very nice feature. And this house has that. See it back in there? And it also has, it's got the real doorbell. We'll turn it around and take a look at it from the other side. And it's also got, well, I'll show you in just a minute. Let's look at this doorbell. There you go. And it actually makes a ding noise. A lot of those just go clankety clank. That one makes a nice ding noise. The bell's on the inside. So it's a lovely house. It's got one more really cool feature that I have not had on a house before. I've seen it on our Facebook groups, but I have never owned one. It has got an original electric light. Now this holds the battery and it goes up in the ceiling in the kitchen. I've just taken it down temporarily to clean the house and to see if it works and so on. I have gotten a replacement bulb for it and we're going to see if this light will work. Remember, this whole house is what, 50, 60, 70 years old. We'll see if that light will work. But let's get it cleaned up. I'm going to wipe off the rest of this house. Remember, I've done the little walls. Wipe it off. And I use a non-sudsy cleaner. This one I'm using this time. It's in a Spray 9 bottle, but it's actually Awesome Cleaner in the bottle that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I don't spray liquid on it. I put liquid on my towel, then I'll wipe it off. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to polish the whole thing. I polish using this new finish. It's a car polish. It's called New Finish Once a Year Car Polish. It goes on very easy. Then you let it dry to a haze and then you wipe it off. I apply it with a paper towel, just smear it all over, and then when I get ready to wipe it off, I use a microfiber cloth to do that. So you'll be seeing me do all of those steps. I'm going to do them here real fast, but I'm going to let you watch. And the reason I want you to watch is because this house is set on my work table for maybe a month, and I've done several videos, and you've seen this little rickety house in the background. This house will go together nicely. It's got all its tabs, but let's get it cleaned up and then we'll see if that light works. How fun will that be? As a reminder, if you've not worked with a particular house before or a particular cleaner, it's a good idea to do a test cleaning spot on the bottom of, like, maybe down here, or on the very bottom down underneath here, or maybe on the inside of the roof. Now, I've done this type of house several times and I've used this cleaner several times, so I am not concerned. But I can already tell you we're getting a little bit of dirt off of there. You know, I always think maybe that's nicotine. All right, let's get it cleaned up. There you go. It's clean and it's polished. So we are ready to move to the next step. I noticed while cleaning that and polishing that, there are a few pieces that need to have a little straightening done. This one's got kind of a light crease all the way across it. So I think that can be kind of hammered down into shape. You can see it on this side. I'm going to describe the process, but I'm going to do this off camera because I've done it for you on quite a few videos and I don't want you to be bored. I use a piece of hardwood floor. This is just left over from when we did our living room. Now, if you don't have that, you could use a 2x4 or anything else that's kind of stiff. And then this is a rubber hammer, hard rubber. It looks like it's metal, but it's hard rubber. And I'm just going to lay my bent piece down here and then tap, 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 tap along there until I get that straightened out the way I like it. Now, I usually don't hammer in the middle very often because you can get dings, but in this case, that is where that dent is. Usually I try to hammer on the edges, and I'll start gentle and hammer a little harder and a little harder till that's straightened out. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then clear down here on this end. This here needs to have pliers grabbed hold and bend that little part up. And also this patio could use a little bit of laid down and get a little flatter. I'll turn it on the back and you can see there's kind of a shallow dip there. So I'm going to get those areas hammered out and then we will go to the next step. All right, dear friends, I've done just a little tiny bit of paint touch up on this house. Not very much. It just didn't need it. And it's such a pretty house, and I've got it sort of put together, not exactly. But I wanted to show you this light. Now, there's where the battery goes, and it's a D battery. And the D battery, you put it in with the bump, which I think is the positive end of it, to the back. This is the switch, and then over here in the living room, there is the light. So ideally, what you can do is slide this switch around. Right here, slide it into position so that this bottom part connects with the base of the battery. Just twist that, and then look at there. The light comes on. Isn't that just adorable? I just love it. I cannot believe that that works. Now to turn it off, you switch this. You just slide this little part here back down. That switch just slides down. Isn't that just the very, very coolest? I had no idea that one of these would still work. Now, if you have one of these and you're going to try it, please note that you have to have the light actually mounted in the ceiling or contacted with metal to complete the circuit. So if you're just holding this light down loose and trying to test it, it won't come on. But to make sure it works, you need to have it hooked up into the ceiling so that will ground that connection. I love it. And look at those cute stairs. We're going to take one more look at this house. Hold on a minute. So as I was reviewing my videos, I don't think I was quite clear on this battery. First of all, this is a D battery, a flashlight battery. You can buy them at Walmart or anywhere. It goes in, when I talk about the bump, it's on the top of the battery, that goes towards the back of the kitchen. The other thing I did is I put a piece of tape on there, made like a tab so that I can easily pull that battery out. I feel like that battery might be starting to drain already from being in there. Plus you don't want it to get corroded. So I put that little tab on there so I can easily grab it and pull that battery in and out. Now I bought this again. You can get them at Walmart. And the light bulbs were flashlight light bulbs that I bought on Amazon. All right, before I stop tonight, there are a couple of things I want to show you about this house that I had not pointed out before. First of all, here on the front of the house, it has a round window that is lithographed on the house. Now, this is a rare exterior to this house. You don't see very many of them with that round window. That's one of the things I wanted to show you. One more thing. On this end of the house, if you see a house that has holes like this, that's a sign that at one time this had another addition on it. It had the room on it that we call the rumpus room, kind of like a recreation room or a TV room or a game room. And this house does have one. I've not gotten it out yet or washed it off yet, but it does have one, and I'll get it back attached to that. All right, dear friends, that's it for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Graham and I are going to leave the light on here for ya. We appreciate your joining us. Remember, you've always got a friend here in Iowa and a lot of friends in our Facebook group, so I hope you will join us. Thanks again, and please subscribe. I appreciate it very much.